What's going on, everyone? I hope everyone is having a fantastic night so far. We've had a lot of great guests come through this YouTube channel. We've had former NFL players, NFL agents, NFL head coaches, you name it. We've had everyone, but we've never had an entire football family come through the scoop on the U. Ross, give the good people listening to a nice introduction of this wonderful family we have on our show.
We have got the true essence of a football family, Canes fans. This is a family that is basically bred for football. It seems like all these kids are great at what they do, and all of them looks to have very bright futures. And their family is a very close unit that kind of keeps them focused and keeps them moving forward. And I really admire them. They do, and all of them looks to have very bright futures, and their family.
All right, so I got to ask the parents first. You know, Antoine Ton, was this part of the plan to have an entire family of football players?
Well, not at first until it just took a while before we realized it. Once we started in the youth, but after about 6 years old, we knew it. I knew it then that it was gonna be a lot. It was gonna be a whole lot of football and a whole lot of good football players.
Absolutely, and that was the only sport really was football. You know, you put the pads on at a young age.
They put the pads on about 4.
It's in the blood of the family, man. Gotta love it.
Dad, you've been involved in youth sports for quite a while. Let our Canes fans know about your background and everything you've kind of done in the youth sports scene.
I've been coaching youth football now, going on 15 years. This is my 15th year right here, and I got my own program called the East Alabama Gators. They've been up and running a independent league for 10 years now, and I've been doing youth football for a long, long time.
Now, from all the brothers, who do you think is the fastest of the bunch, the most athletic?
I think Antoine Jr. gonna be the fast.
Okay, Antoine Jr. And now, is everyone playing in the secondary, or is everyone playing different positions? Maybe wide receiver, you got running back, cornerback, safety.
Now everybody playing in the secondary.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And why is that? You know, because that's very rare, an entire family playing specifically in the secondary. Why do you think that came about?
A guy named Trey used to play with Ole Miss, was in the NFL. They've been training with him since they were about 10. And so they used to always want to be on offense. He told them, you better go play on defense and learn how to move back. He told them they got to learn how to move backwards, and they learn how to move backwards. And he said that's the ticket to the NFL.
Dad, you know, you've been involved in football for a long time, and you've seen it change over the years. What are the biggest changes you've seen from your era of football to what your kids are playing in now?
What they playing in now is a weaker version than what we played in. The kids ain't near as tough now as they was back in the day. They think they tough, but they ain't. When we came up, it was real deal football. But they more athletic, but they ain't tough.
And that's something you notice. You notice there's a lot more athleticism now in football than there was in the past.
Oh yeah, it's a lot more athletic. They freaks of nature. But if they can't run across up, we'd have knocked their helmet clean out.
You know, we had Jacquise on the show. I think it was last week. He came on, and we asked him, were you a Miami Hurricanes fan growing up? And he stated the entire family were big Miami Hurricanes fan. How did that come about?
We were watching a long time ago. We were watching the U, and they were little boys, and then they started seeing Sean Taylor. When you see Sean Taylor, you like Miami when you see Sean Taylor crawl. Then you had Jeremy Shock, and you had all them guys in the U, and we used to just watch that. We used to watch that show all the time.
Gotta love it, man. Sean Taylor, his reputation just trickles down as one of the greatest of all time. May he rest in peace. So have you guys been down to Coral Gables? And how do you, if you have, how do you like the city of Coral Gables, city of Miami? How was that visiting the University of Miami campus?
Oh, I thought Miami a Hurricane. I thought the campus was bigger, but it's a smaller campus, but it's definitely a nice campus. In the city of Miami, it give you a whole different vibe than anywhere than like any other city. There's always something going on in Miami.
I'd love to hear from some of the brothers here about kind of the competitive nature. If Antoine Jr., is there been any instances or any good stories about competition between you and your brothers that you can share with us?
Not that I pretty much like know of, because like it was just always a competition. So it's like it's really not any interesting story. We just really we competed with everything. We competed in any aspect, whether we eat the bowl of cereal the fastest. We just always compete.
What's it been like for you to be such a young player and to be getting attention from some big schools already? How's that been for you?
Oh, I'm in college already.
Oh man, I ran the wrong name down there, dude. Sorry, I've got 6 names on here. My bad, man. Sorry. How's college going for you? That's my bad.
It's going good. We got a great staff up here at Arkansas State. College is going fairly well.
What made you want to go to Arkansas State?
Just it was just like the family feeling of being up here. When I came up here, it just felt like everything was close. Everything was like family oriented.
Antoine, do you give any advice to your younger brothers, regarding the recruiting process and what schools to pick, since you've, already have been through that? You're playing college football currently. Do they kind of look up to you in that process of picking a school?
I I give them advice, but like I don't tell them what to pick, because I like at the end of the day I want them to pick where they feel is necessary for them, because what's necessarily that I think it was best for them, it might not be what's best to them. So I don't too much tell them where to go. I just like try to help lead them in the right direction.
Absolutely. And how is that transition playing high school football to college football? How is that transition for you?
It's a totally different game. It's a grown man game in college, you know. So that's the only part for real. Just how much bigger, how much physical the game is now, rather than high school. Everybody is athletic too. So it's the little things that matter when you get to college.
Delvin, now are you at junior college right now?
Yes, sir.
What junior college are you attending?
Northeast Mississippi.
How's things going for you in junior college so far?
Good. A lot of work.
I'm not too familiar with the team there, so kind of give us a little background. You guys have a winning history there.
Yeah, we got a winning history. They sending players to big time colleges.
How long you been playing JUCO ball there now?
This is my first year.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your plans after a junior college, Del?
Well, I'm hopefully to come out in 1 year and go to a bigger school.
Absolutely. And do you want to stay at the same position currently, or do you want to transition to another role?
No, I'll play wherever they want me to play.
Wherever you want. Love that mentality, man. How has the recruiting process been for you? You're playing junior college right now, but hearing from schools, it's your second round of recruitment. How has that been?
It's been good. The University of Texas, they called about me my first week there, and I ain't really heard that much from other schools because Will was only there for like 3 weeks. But yeah.
Anquan. Oh, did he just
Yeah.
Oh, his video went down. Okay. No problem there. Jaquise, Man, we had a chance to talk with Jaquise for a little bit, this last week. Very, very talented 2023 kid. And it seems to be that it's about every other year or every year there's another talented Fegans coming up through the works. So it's been a whole lot of fun to break this family down and to really watch the development from year to year in them. I mean, these guys are getting coached supremely well, and it's just a ton of fun to watch, Paul.
Absolutely. And we have one of the older brothers, Traquan Fegans, as well. Just came back on the show. Traquan, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Good, man. How's this recruiting process been? You're a highly touted recruit. All your brothers are, and it's your time, to evaluate colleges. And how's that been for you?
That's been well. The recruitment has been going well as well. I'm supposed to be coming at the end of the month.
How's that been? It's a lot of recruits, they enjoy it. Sometimes they feel a lot of pressure because you're making a college decision, a school where you're going to be attending 3 to 4 years, so how is that decision weighing?
When you first started getting recruited, it's like you enjoy it, but then like when it's that time to commit, it seems like pressure on you.
Traquan, I heard that you had 5 interceptions and you ran all of them back for touchdowns. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
How do you top something like that? How do you get yourself ready for the upcoming season to do something bigger and better than that?
Train, I gotta work on something that season that I know I didn't do as well. So I go back and look at my film and train on what I need to work on.
Is there anything specific that you're working on in training right now?
Technique, coming out my breaks, more explosive and faster.
Traquan, what are you trying to work on this off season for your regular football season?
My 45 and 90 breaks.
Gotta love it, man.
For this one.
And are you planning on visiting the University of Miami again anytime soon, or
At the end of the month?
at the end of the month? Gotcha. Absolutely.
I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to hear from Traquan, actually. Traquan, when somebody tells you the 3 words Miami Hurricanes football, what do you think about?
Legendary and winning,
Legendary and winning, man. Gotta love it.
It's good enough.
We have Anquan back on the live stream. I know you wanted to speak with him briefly, Ross.
Yeah, definitely. How you doing, Anquan?
I'm doing good.
Man, I've had a lot of fun watching your film, dude. A whole lot of fun. Let our fans know about what grade you're in and what you're getting prepared for this upcoming season.
I'm going into the 9th grade, and I'm getting prepared for coming into the season better than what I did last year.
Is there anything that you specifically have been working on this off season?
I've been working on my technique, trying to build my speed up.
Who's the fastest of all you guys?
Antoine Fegan Sr. I'm a junior.
Anquan, what advice do you all of you guys coming together, do you guys pick each other's brain on the game of football and look at each other and try to get better and push each other since you guys are very competitive?
Yes, sir. Like we sit there and if I mess up and Trey Warren or my oldest brothers, they seen what I messed up on, they gonna tell me what I messed up on and make sure that I get it corrected.
Have you guys ever talked about all of you guys playing college football, professional football together, or a heavy majority of all the brothers playing together on the same field?
Yes, sir. Like, they talked about like playing like college ball together, or like maybe in the lead and be like the Griffin brothers.
Yeah, yeah, that would be very cool, man. That would be awesome. All the whole Fagans family playing football, same university, same professional football organization. I think that would be great.
Anquan, what's your current height and weight right now?
6 foot, 172.
Okay, okay. And are you playing safety and cornerback, or are you playing one or the other?
I'm playing safety right now.
Is that the position that you see yourself at going into the future?
Yes, sir.
How do you describe your play at safety? What kind of player are you?
I'm a very rangy player, and I can go get the ball whenever the ball's in the air.
All right, Ross. Who else do we need to hit on? We got Antoine Jr., Antoine Sr., Anquan, Traquan. Have we? Who else are we missing? I know we have Miss Vegans as well. We'll get to
Yeah.
after. Any
Jaquise.
other brothers?
Jaquise. I haven't seen him on his screen yet.
He's coming now. What's going on, Jaquise?
What's up?
Good, man. Thank you again for joining the show, man. We greatly appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Jaquise, man, I'd love to hear from you. What do you love about football? What makes you so passionate?
It makes you a tough. It makes you a tough individual.
What has it been like so far for you going from a high school like Oxford and then now going to a place like Thompson? What's that been like for you so far?
It's been different. Like they coach you harder up here.
What have you noticed about the coaches that is a lot different? You know, what are they coaching on harder now?
Like pretty much everything.
Jaquise, how are you preparing for this upcoming season? Weight room wise, what are you working on? Or maybe agility, just certain drills,
Field work
field
and
work,
the way.
field work and weight room.
Yes, sir.
What's the expectation at Thompson High School? You got all the Fegans brothers over there. Is it state title or bust?
Yes, sir. We plan on competing for the state championship again this.
Now, do all of you guys play in the secondary for Thompson High School? Or you guys take up the whole position unit?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's a lockdown secondary, man. You gotta love it. The Fegans family, they definitely have a lot of talent, and they're all great football players.
No doubt about it, Paul. No doubt. I mean, this like I was telling you, it's either every year or every other year we're getting a supremely talented Fegan's son coming up through the works, and I mean we're talking about a whole family full of college DBs, Paul. An entire family full of college quality DBs. Absolutely incredible.
Hey, it all starts with the parents. They've done a tremendous job raising the Fegans brothers, the entire family. So it all starts with them. And we haven't spoken to Miss Fegans yet. Would love to pick her brain and kind of, the parents as well, Antoine Sr., and kind of what factors play in the college decision, as a parent involved as well.
Well, I mean, first off, your grades. That's what I really care about, first off. And then we worry about the field. So, as long as they getting their grades, doing what they got to do, I'm ready for whatever they going to do after that. But grades are first when picking the college.
Now, it would be very cool if all the Fegans brothers play at the same school, but I'm sure every brother has their own place where they want to play at. How do you guys logistically think you're going to manage, going to everyone's games?
Whew, we've been thinking about it. It's gonna be crazy. We cause this year we'll have Thursday night, which is my baby boy, he played 8th grade. Devin play on Thursday nights at JUCO. Trey and Anquan and Jaquise play Friday nights at high school. And Antoine on Saturdays. So it's gonna start this year. It's gonna get crazy.
What is it like for you on game day? Are you nervous? Are you excited? How do you feel when you're about to watch your sons play?
Oh, I'd be excited with certain games, but if a game I know that we're gonna have some good competition, I get nervous.
One thing I got to ask you, you've got all these young, hungry kids coming up. How do you feed this batch of young, hungry football players?
Well, I mean, I feed them. It's just like having 2 kids. You just got to buy more because it's 8 of them and all.
What's the main dinner that the boys like to have?
Spaghetti, tacos.
Now, Miss Fegans, did you always picture all of, the boys playing football? Was that always part of the plan?
Oh yeah. Like I said, they've been playing since they was 4. So yeah.
Yeah. Did you come from a football family as well? That was, so you did not. So you just kind of adapted to the background of the situation. Okay, very cool. How do you keep track of everyone?
I was going to ask you.
I mean, it's hard, but I kind of a lot of times I about know where they be at, and if I don't, I text them.
What have you noticed so far in this move to a new high school for them? Have you noticed any change on their focus? Have you noticed any change in their drive?
Yes, they're talking different. They really working now. They after they go to workouts at school. I think Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays they go with their trainer. After school workouts. So yeah, they getting really, really dedicated. And you can tell that now, like really lifting weights. They starting to change their body, starting to look different.
Have you enjoyed this move so far? Has it been something that you have appreciated yourself?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Oxford is a very good school, and it's a school that your sons won a title at, so switching to a different school, people always want to go, well, if you left a good school, why do you want to go to a different school? What was the reason for wanting to go to Thompson? Was there a specific reason?
No. We just kind of, we just all talked about it and made the decision. We just want to do something new.
Great.
Gotta love it, man.
Thompson has great coaches that they can really be coached.
You gotta love it, man. We got the entire Fegan family. They're a wonderful family, great people, and they all love the game of football. Thank you, to Miss Fegans, Mr. Fegans, Anquan Sr., and all the brothers for taking time out of their night to join the show. We greatly appreciate it. I know there was a lot of coordination behind the scenes, but we appreciate everyone's time.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for letting us be on tonight.
Absolutely. Ross, anything else you wanted to ask them before we hand it off to our next guest?
I guess, I was going to ask Mom here and Dad, too, if you want to chime in. What's next for you guys? What's the next move for the Fegans family?
Get rich.
That's all I needed to hear, man. That's great. That's great.
This sounds like a great plan. Gotta love it, man. Thank you again to the Fegan family for joining us. We greatly appreciate it.
Okay.
Take care, guys.
All right. Thank y'all for having us.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. That was the entire Fegan's family, which is very difficult to coordinate. I mean, to get an entire family on the show, that's something you don't get a lot. An entire football family as well. So great people, wonderful family, and all of their brothers. You got one right now playing at Arkansas State, another one in JUCO, receiving offers from Texas. You got Trey Fagans as well, making his decision on the University of Miami. And we got some younger brothers as well. Jacqueline named to look out for, Anquan Jr. Did I miss anyone?
Delvin.
Delvin. Yep, you got Delvin. There's a lot. There's a lot. So it was a pleasure to have all the entire family on the scoop. Ross, I know we just got a commit today. Want to talk about that briefly?
A fantastic commitment, in my opinion, Paul. While this is a very, very raw player, very high upside. To have a guy his size, have his length, and be as athletically gifted as he is naturally, that's going to make any offensive line coach want to work with him, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Valenta Carswell, he's 6'7", 275 pounds. Is he a project? Is he a work in process? Yeah, absolutely. He just started playing football this spring. He holds offers from Georgia Tech already, Georgia State, Ole Miss. He was a basketball player previously, and they're saying, hey, you have the size, you look like an offensive lineman, you can probably play football, easily outpower, people in the trenches, give football a shot, and it seems like it's working out.
I definitely got to say it's working out, Paul. He's got himself a scholarship and a commitment to a Power 5 university, a private
Absolutely.
Power 5 university, a great education on an up-and-coming football team.
Once again, this is a project. There's going to be a lot of development, and Garen Justice is going to have a lot on the table to work with. So we need to trust his evaluation on talent and his coaching as well, because you need to develop Valenta Carswell. That's going to be the key to it.
Yeah, I mean, he's the type of guy, Paul, that if we don't hear hardly anything from him during his true freshman year and don't really hear much from him the following year, don't get worried, fans. It's no need to get worried. This is a 2-year commitment on just development alone to see where we want to place him in the future and how we want to handle him.
Now, with that being said, his commitment, I know multiple people have reached out to me in the sense of saying, hey, Daughtry Richardson, is he out of the picture now? We saw 24/7 Sports report Kentucky was in the mix. Florida State's in the mix. Miami may be on the outside looking in. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, my opinion on it, and especially the last 2 weeks, has started to change a lot, Paul. I was feeling really, really confident with the Daughtry Richardson commitment and that he was a Miami lean. But as of right now, man, it's if we're going to get him, it's going to be one heck of a battle. And on top of that, I'm curious just to see who we decide to prioritize now. Now that we have an offensive lineman in, what route do we go next?
Yeah, I mean, we've had Snoop Amama on this show. Great kid. Would love to get him on campus, put the pads on, wear the orange and green. That's a possibility right there. Jacob Hood? I don't know. I don't think so. I think getting him on a visit was great. I think it's very difficult to land Jacob Hood. I think you're looking at Snoop Amama as the next viable option. I think Malik Agbo as well is a pipe dream.
Yeah, Agbo at the moment here, there was some really, really big buzz going on for a while. And I don't want fans to get this wrong. Agbo's family and Agbo himself absolutely love Miami. They absolutely love it. But that doesn't always mean that that's where a kid's going to end up at. They also love some other amazing colleges they've been to. So Agbo is going to be a tough one for us. And we knew that from the beginning. We're talking about an elite player all the way across the country.
Absolutely. But hey, we'll see how the class finishes. We also need to compete during the regular season, and you'll win over a lot of recruits that way. A guy like Daughtry Richardson, if he picks Florida State, we do very well in the regular season. Florida State does not. This could be a similar situation to what we saw in the past with other local products. I know Isaiah Walker was kind of a weird one. He didn't really want to go to South Carolina, didn't really want to go to Florida, realized it was a mistake, ends up transferring back to Miami. I think like literally like in August, it felt like, or July. It was pretty late. So look out for that. Daughtry Richardson, it's not over till it's over. And I think Miami could still be in play. So don't panic if it doesn't work out. A guy like Jacob Hood, he's from Nashville, Tennessee. He's an out-of-state recruit. He's not a local recruit in Miami, Florida. So we'll see what happens. You never know. You never know what could happen if you do very well in the regular season.
And that's the whole key for us, Paul. If we can do something special this upcoming year and we can kind of surprise some people and become that legitimate, I'm not saying that we have to become playoff contenders by any means, but legitimate ACC title competition, we're going to start to see changes in things when we start to finally let that happen. Hopefully this is the season it happens, because we don't want to start over. We don't want this coaching staff to fail. Starting over again would be absolutely terrible for the University of Miami. So I think that we're on a good path. We're up and coming. But, like you said, you got to win big if you want to get certain players.
110%. Always got to fight to the end. If you guys haven't seen my video with Blaine Gilbert, who was Gilmore, he's an SEC recruiting analyst. He predicts his Shamar Stewart kind of crystal ball where he will end up. Take a look at the video. Maybe that will give you a nicer perspective where this class stands. Ross, anything else you wanted to add to the show before we wrap it up? And we will be going live tomorrow as well. I think we're going to have a very great guest on our hands. I think everyone will enjoy.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. And as far as just today goes, we got a chance to speak with an absolutely incredible family. I mean, absolutely incredible top to bottom. And I truly admire the mom and the dad's approach. I really do. They're hands-on, but they're letting these kids be them. They're letting them develop their own personalities and their own brands, basically. And they're encouraging it. They're putting them in the right position to succeed. And I can always admire something like that, Paul.
Yeah, it's literally what, 6 or 8 brothers?
Yeah, 8 total, I think.
I asked the mom, how does she keep track of everyone? She's like, sometimes through text message. Traquan's making his decision July 30th. He actually did mention he was going to visit the University of Miami after his decision. So take that with how you want to take it. I took it one way. Well, guys, it was a pleasure having everyone on. We greatly appreciate everyone's time, and always all about the U. Go Canes.
Go Canes.